You wrote the story and then you went to Netflix, or did Netflix ask you?
We wrote one episode, and then we made a little like lookbook of what it might look like, and we developed very roughly like a 20-minute pitch.
And then we had like a 2-minute teaser thing. That was just a compilation of. It was like Nightmare on Elm Street and E.T. and everything that
Jaws, and we just sort of put it all
Close
together.
Encounters, and like there's like 30 movies that we loved that we kind of mashed to kind of represent what we wanted to show.
Oh, you just edit movies?
We edited a bunch of them together, so it would cut from like E.T. to Close Encounters to
and it felt like
Halloween to whatever.
We were just relieved that it was going, because you'd put like when we put like John Carpenter music on E.T. and we're like, this is so awesome.
That's sweet. And then there was like, oh, that's the show. It's like, oh, John Carpenter music on top of like Spielberg shots.
What's your favorite 80s movie that's related to the series?
Oh my god, there's so many.
But I think the big one, I mean, Jaws is a big one, and then E.T. is a big one.
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me is a big one.
And then just some Stephen King books. Not like It is a big influence.
Goonies, right?
Oh yeah, definitely with the kids. Goonies is another big one. Yeah. I mean, it's a little darker than Goonies, but I think there is a lot of levity. But what I like about Goonies is because the kids took the adventure very seriously, and it wasn't condescending to you as a kid. And then and it was pretty dark. Like they shove his hand into the blender, and he's crying. So I wanted to, we and
put
there's
our kids
language, and it was important to us that the kids talked like kids. That they're not like when you see 12-year-olds in shows, it's like a Disney show, and we wanted them to actually be like.
Was there something that you planned to be in the series and then you had to give up on that because the idea wouldn't work, or?
I don't think so. No,
I mean our pilot script, more happened in it, and then once it became a series, we spread some of it out. But other than that, that was a choice. Everything else,
we actually ended up going a little bigger than we thought.
Yeah,
like there's another dimension, and we didn't, and we're like, we can't go into that because we can't do it. But then we're like, screw it. People were confused about the show because they're like, I don't understand. It either you have to take the kids out, and it has to be about the sheriff investigating paranormal stuff, or it has to just be about the kids for kids. It's like, no. I want to do all of this. If we take the kids out, it's not interesting anymore. And Netflix got it instantly. They knew it. So that makes them different.
We see it as like an 8-hour movie, and we structured it like a movie. So the goal is that it ramps up and up and up. And then the final episode, which we're shooting some of now, it's just crazy. It just goes crazy. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger because we wanted it to feel like you have that third act like climax of a movie.
And then it sort of wraps up. And then if there was another season, it would almost play more like a sequel than a continuation. We didn't grow up watching a ton of TV. So this is definitely more like film inspired but then we saw a lot of filmmakers we like admired, like migrating into TV. And the film industry was getting kind of like depressing.
But there are certainly moments where I hope it scares me.
Yeah, we saw the monster.
Oh yeah, the monster skull. We really wanted to do it, go old school. And I think it forces you, like so many movies nowadays, it's like, oh, we're going to just point in that direction and we'll put a monster in later. But by having something there, it forces you to, you can't just shoot it because it doesn't always look good, and you have to figure out how to hide it.
It actually looks bad 99% of the time. And then you have to figure out a way to shoot it. It's kind of, but that's like the Jaws thing. So it forces you to be clever about the way that you shoot it. Whereas I think if you're doing CG, you can do anything.
Do you think after this you're going to stick to the sci-fi genre, or do you want to try something else?
I love it. I mean, I do. Or it's kind of like, I love the real people, like real drama, the dramatic character stuff. But then like, there always has to be a monster or something.